Capricorn, how you doing, Capricorn man? Hope you're doing well. After that car crash of a reading last week, what's going to be going on this week? We're coming into, this is going to be a reading for the 21st through to the 28th. So the spring equinox. If you want to see what's going on for you, hang on a second, I've just dropped a couple of cards. Apparently there's love on the horizon, I think. We'll see in the reading. But if you want to see those readings and get notifications on them, don't forget you're going to have to click that bell and also subscribe to this channel. There is links in the description below to understand a lot more about the Astroflower, because it's so much more than just sort of tarots or astrology. It goes into human rhythms and the solar rhythms, loads of stuff that go into this. You're going to find links as well to our sister channel where we do energy updates and encounter how the sun is changing the vibration of the earth and how that vibration is actually playing through our chakra and our aura, and how it's affecting life in general. So loads to be seen down there. You'll also see a link for your flower. And it will explain a little bit about the elements and the qualities that are within you. So, Capricorn. So, after that car crash we were reading last week, there's definitely a transition. Everyone seems to be going through a transition this week. And I think that's probably got to do with the equinox, really. Everyone seems to be moving on to doing something new, something different, or not something new and something different in the way of doing something new and something different, but doing things differently. That's more a case of that. So it's an interesting time. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm really looking forward to those equinox readings, those 3 monthly readings, to see what's going up on spring. You really get into that. So, just subscribe, click that bell, and you'll get all the notifications on all of that sort of stuff. So let's see, here we go. We've got the Astroflower. This is your cards here. This is the spiritual side of your life, or the emotional side of your life. This is the material or physical side of your life. This is all to do with jobs and businesses, projects, acquisitions. This side here is all to do with relationship, partnerships, family, friends, community, that sort of thing. This is your karmic path for this sort of side. This is the karmic path for that sort of side. This is how the universe tried to influence that karmic path or that karmic understanding this week. This is how your guides trying to influence your karmic understanding. This is the guides trying to influence your inner conversation within you. And this is how you interact with the world around you. And what is good about this reading here, Capricorn, I don't know if you saw last week's reading, but it was quite a trying time for you, I think. What I think is really interesting about this is that you appear to have got out of your head. Last week you seemed to be inside your head, too much in the mental, and now you've got out of that mental and you're actually going back to living life and how great it can be. Because you've got the sun and everything like that, but you're going to have to walk away from something. That's what the universe is sort of saying to you, and it seems to be on the material front, on the physical front, and also your guides here are sort of saying maybe you need a bit of time out from the physical front. Okay, so let's go into this sort of spiritual side first. Let's just see what's going on here. Your karmic path here is learning that lesson to get out of your head, that it is a fair exchange, but it's not just a fair exchange between people. It's a fair exchange between your mental energy and your physical energy and your emotional energy, marrying that mind, body, and the spirit. I wouldn't be surprised if the not high priestess, is it the high priestess or the empress comes out? We'll see. I know which one I mean, the one where she's pregnant. But anyway, you'll see. So I think it's a fair exchange. So, you shouldn't be investing in things, and you're not the only one who got this. I think 3 people have had the 6 of Pentacles and in this position. So it's basically sort of saying that if it doesn't work for everybody, it doesn't work. That's just the way it goes. And we've forgotten that in life out there. This is this whole new paradigm that we're moving into. It's a new way of thinking. It's a new way of doing things. And this seems to be coming into play this week. And the universe is sort of saying, stay true to that. Stay strong and firm as regards to the fair exchange. Don't let yourself be sucker punched. Yeah. Don't be harsh and nasty to people. That's not what it means, being strong. Strong is not that, because strong has also got as soft as that lamb. It's just being honest with yourself. If you're honest with yourself, you can be honest with everyone else. And that strength card, look at that, leads into where your guides, the guides in the universe, are really playing together for you. You know, they've got that, you've got the strength card, which is half lion, and then you move into where your guides are influencing, saying, we've got this, because you've got the lion at your back. You've got the universe at your back at the moment, Capricorn. And you should know this. And it will help you to delve deeper into that whole idea of pure pleasure and fun. And that's what the universe or your guides are trying to influence within you, within your mental side of life, within that conversation. And it should be orientated about sort of, what should I be doing to make life more fun? Not just for me, but for everyone around me. That's what it appears to be doing on that sort of side of things. On the emotional sort of front. So if you're out of your head and into your emotions, then, and making sure you're up for living a beautiful life, it's going to change your relationship with everyone around you. And make sure when it does change that you've got that fair exchange. On the physical front, that mental, the benefits of that mental energy that you had last week may have made things a little bit clearer for you within the material world, and asked you to, Five of Cups, you might have been a little bit disappointed with the world around you in the material world. So it may ask you to walk away from that. So as I was saying, I think I was saying to you, I'm not too sure, you know, if a company is not morally correct, you walk away from it, and that company will no longer have people who work for it. Therefore, that company will no longer exist. It won't be able to exist if no one works for them. But it's going to have to take everybody to take an individual stance on it. Yeah. So you may have to walk away from things in life that just in this new paradigm just don't work in the new paradigm. In the old paradigm, it could have worked. So if someone came to you and said, look, I'll give you $2 million, but you got to do this, and it's pretty morally incorrect, most people would have done it. And I'm thinking, or I'm feeling that we're now turning that sort of thing, we're kind of going, do you know what? Forget it. Well, the way prices are going, $2 million ain't going to be, it's not going to buy me a marathon or Snickers, or I don't know what you call it over there, Twix, or Mars bar. Am I doing advertising then? I shouldn't really. Anyway, so your karmic message, or your karmic message this week is believe in yourself. Know that you can get there. Yeah. And knowing your worth, and that you can do this. You can stand in your power, realize your business dreams. It seems to be coming on that, March is going to be a tipping point for you, really, Capricorn. A really good tipping point by the looks of things. The future's looking a lot brighter than it was, say, like 6 months ago. There's no doubt about it. Your guides here are trying to encourage, the community that work or business or projects or acquisitions can make in your life. So if let's say I was to buy a table tennis table, yeah, it's for my pleasure, but at the same time I've got to have someone to play against, and that's what the universe is trying to or your guides are trying to do. They're trying to help you encourage that idea of community within your workspace, and that it should be fun and it's a celebration of your success or of the general success or the success of the community. Yeah. So if you invite people in, that means you're not going to be doing loads and loads and loads, because you're going to be sharing that with other people, sharing your space. And it could be the fact that this could be a real dream come true in a way, you know, for your community. But as you do that, it's going to take a bit of pressure off you. And this is where your guides are sort of saying, take time out. Take time out just to go, say, like swimming or for a long walk, or take time for you. Don't forget a bit of me time. I think that's what it's sort of saying there. Don't flog yourself to the bone. It needs to be a fair exchange. And this all sort of accumulates into that Two of Pentacles. And I think this is going to be the most important card for you, in a way. Because it's going to then, you're going to be allowed to choose how you put your energy into life and choose what you actually invest your time into. And once you do that, I would invest in things that are that fair exchange. Because you've got out of your head, inside you is that light, childlike activity, that sort of wanting to play and throw things up and see how they fall down and everything like that. And enjoying the idea or exploring that new avenue of being that big kid or a small kid. Yeah? And allowing those passions out to flow out of you, just allowing you to sort of throw caution to the wind in a way. You know, and see that the sun wants to come out as well. There is definitely a lot of sort of happiness heading your way, Capricorn. There is no doubt about it. Let's just sort of see, let's connect all these sort of things together. So, and this could play into the strength as well. There is a bit of a Tower moment, but I think the Tower moment is when you ask for a fair exchange, those who are not willing to do the fair exchange, you may have to sort of turn around and sort of say, okay, let's stop here then. There's not a fair exchange going on. I'm just going to move on. And that could well be that bit of a Tower moment and asking you to say strong and true to your word. You've got the Fool as well playing in there as connecting the fair exchange to the King, or is it the King or is it the Emperor? The King of Wands, sorry. King of Wands. So it's having faith in the process, having faith in that fair exchange. And I think this is walking away. I think this is really in the past. I think this is real past stuff that may have residues around you. Just don't get pulled back into that old paradigm. And make sure you keep moving on to the new paradigm. And be wise about, this ties into the fair exchange as well. She's wise about what she spends her money on. She keeps certain pentacles for her because that's what she needs in order to live life. So, be honest with yourself in that fair exchange, and pure happiness will be the order of the day. Okay? Let's see what's going on the material front. So walking away, and then the Eight of Cups is where the universe is asking you to walk away, and they're asking you to go on a journey. So you've got the Three of Wands going on to the Three of Cups. So this journey may actually involve a lot of other people. It may be sort of kind of going, you say to your friends, I'd like to go surfing this weekend. Anybody want to come down the beach? And then 3 or 4 of them turn out and say, yeah, come on, let's go. And then you strike up a new relationship with the people that you know already, and you create that community that is around you. So the Emperor to that is that rite of passage. And I think this ties into last week. These are going to be playing into last week's cards where you were a little bit too much in your head. And I think the universe is giving you a pass on this. And that's part of that karmic message of learning to trust yourself. Yeah. If you do follow and leave those things behind by the looks of things and go off on that journey with that community, you're going to get loads of nuggets of gold coming your way. Real beautiful things. Yeah. Okay. So within that community, how does that play out in that mental side of your life? How does it filter it through? This is a great card to have here. This is the Nine of Wands, so those healthy boundaries. So it ties back into the Six of Pentacles. I am really surprised that the Empress hasn't come out. The lady who's pregnant, I think is Empress. But anyway, that's all tied into that, marrying that body, mind and spirit. And realizing that it will allow you, putting those healthy boundaries up, will allow you that space for you to heal yourself from the self deprivation that you did through your mental stuff last week. Okay, so the Hangman, and it will allow you to see things in on the spiritual front, investing in things that are really productive, choosing, being wise of how you give over your time, and you'll be able to see things in a different way of doing things, which I said earlier along about the new paradigm shift. And the Temperance is also sort of patience, so that's tying into that healing. Sort of take your time. This is where you should be investing. That Two of Pentacles, you should be investing in your own well-being and taking space for you as well. Let's just see what the energy is driving up into the coming week. This is this is the change. I think the change is definitely going to be here for you next week, from the 28th at the end of March. I think it's been brewing all the way through March, and I think it's going to start hitting the path, as it were, from the 28th. And that new world where everything is abundant is coming through. And you've got to, as you do nurture that childlike energy within you, it will allow you, that new journey will allow you to nurture that child that you've let out this week, and be able to apply yourself in your world around you in things that are very productive, not just for you, but for everyone around you, rather than destructive. Okay, I will be doing, as I say, that 3-month reading from the equinox will be coming out this week. So you will need to subscribe and click that bell if you want to see all of these things happening. Okay, I will speak to you soon. In the meantime, Capricorn, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.